All right. Um, Hello.
Hello, hello.
All right. Let me share my screen again.
Yeah.
I've been doing the intro and I've not been falling to the floor, so that makes me feel better.
Yeah, that's good.
You see
Okay, okay.
everything? Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm all good.
All right. I am Jonathan, or go by John, and joining commentary by Mr. Draiga here.
Hello, hello. I ran this game for a bit, and yeah, I'm now here to do commentary, explain some things.
We're gonna start off in the cozy rain with our cat friends here.
So, yeah, so there's some basic movement tutorials. We're gonna interact with the cats. So we're gonna interact with the cat on the right first, then the cat straight ahead of us, and then the cat on the left. Because that's the fastest way. We have to interact with all the cats here. That's the fastest way of doing that.
Because it's like a second faster or something like that.
I think so.
I've never really
Well,
interacted with them in a different order than this.
yeah, I might have just made that up, to be honest. I'm not sure. But
I've been doing it the wrong order this whole time, imagine. No.
yeah. And then, well, after we interact with this cat, this final cat, this
We
final
have a
cat's actually
blessing.
quite fond of us.
We have a blessing bath for the chat. Ignore that there's no eyeballs. And now we're
So now
gonna
that
do
everybody's medically.
a little nap skip here where we're gonna trick the game into thinking that we're laying down.
Yeah, so the game wants us to go and lie down with the rest of the cats there, but instead we can get stuck in an endless loop here. So we don't actually go to the trigger for the cutscene here, and so the game just gives us back control. And after we get control back here, Jonathan's going to run up to a pipe here, and he's going to clip into it and hopefully not fall through the ground.
Spooky.
Okay, and then
Then
clip back in.
he's gonna properly clip back in the map
There we go.
like that.
And so yeah, so you can see all of the other cats there just waiting for us, but
Yeah, they're kind of
yeah,
AFK.
we're not gonna interact with them.
Yeah, if you do accidentally bump into one, then you're starting the cutscene, the intro cutscene that we just skipped. So you don't want to do that.
Yeah, and that cutscene's like 1.5
minute
minutes
and a
long,
half,
so yeah, pretty big not to have to watch it.
Very
And
important
so
button I want to talk about real quick is there's a button to meow.
yeah, which I personally think every game should have a meow button, like regardless of genre.
Yes.
Like imagine Silent Hill, but you have a meow button.
I mean, in the new Silent Hill, you can have like a bunny costume. So can't meow.
Yeah, that and a meow button is the perfect addition.
Exactly. Yeah, this is just showing us how to run, jump, follow directions, parkour. And let's go ahead and talk about the macro real quick before this. There is like 3 different uses for this macro, and the main one is skipping dialogue instantly. Another one is making us invincible to any enemies, because we can meow 2,000 meows per second. And then we have a help menu that will be used later on to skip cutscenes.
So so how it all works is that he has meow binded to I don't know which one you have it as, but it's either mouse wheel up or mouse wheel down, and the macro does it so that it does 2,000 like mouse wheel inputs per second. So that's how that works.
I was gonna say, don't ask how the cats caught up to us. They just did.
Yeah.
And you can still hear them meowing. I think that's kind of like in the cat's head, or them from way up there, maybe yelling at us.
But we've accidentally fallen into another underground city, and now the objective of the game is to get out of the city. And the city is unfortunately infested by a bunch of Zerks, which are about to see scuttle across the ground.
They actually opened the door for us, so that's nice.
They are.
We didn't take any fall damage because we're a cat. I don't worry about that.
Yeah, cats don't take full damage. That's a canon thing.
Yeah, we're fine.
And we're going to be on our way in a second into, I guess, the first proper level, which is Dead City.
Which does actually have more than just run, or just hold W and jump. There's some few little puzzles coming up. Just
That's where we're going to get a nice big title card to introduce us to Dead City.
Zerk's running away from us.
Yeah, and then one thing this game does really well is in a casual playthrough, it's like you can see that with the sign pointing you which way to go. As you can see, this game doesn't have like a HUD or anything, or a map screen or anything, but all of the like environmental stuff does a really good job, I think, of telling you where to go. It's like that sign very clearly telling you to head to the left here. It's going to pick up a bucket, and this is the first small puzzle of the game. Use that bucket to stop the fan. And then there's a small skip here, which he's going to go for, which is this paint can up here. You can interact with it 3 times if you're at the right angle, and that will knock you off the edge. Ooh, that was weird.
Also, it works if you're not at the right angle, apparently, because that was not
that was kind of scuffed. Yeah.
And then
I did not think that was going to work.
I just went for it.
Yeah,
I think well, this is the only jump scare there would be, and you skip it. So,
yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
if you time it properly, that is. But.
Yeah, so as you approach that robot, you can hold backwards, and instead of being knocked all the way forwards, you can sort of go to the side instead, and so it skips just that walking. And also that robot, you're meant to interact with it, but you don't actually have to. You can just walk right past it.
This is the first running / chase sequence that with the macro is no problem, because we're quite literally untouchable.
Yeah, you're going to see here, he's just going to be holding down. Gone.
Well, we lose 1 frame if we get grabbed, but that's not really a big deal. Unless you were to somehow get grabbed 60 times and you would lose a whole second, but I don't think that would happen.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, if you don't get grabbed at all, you get an achievement, which I would say was the hardest achievement to get. I haven't pulled it off since I've done it the first time, so.
Yeah. But I mean, you can see here with the macro, you can see how the Zerks are just sort of bouncing off of us. Because you're meant to be, once they sort of get onto you, you're meant to have to like mash the meow button to get them off of you, or like shake them off of you. But yeah, they just bounce off of us instantly.
I believe this is the first time where there's some randomness to the movement and jumps, where some jumps can be faster or slower, or you could slip occasionally.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it. So you can never actually fall down properly, but yeah, sometimes randomly the cat does a sort of slipping animation, and they have to like climb back up, and that loses like half a second to a second every time it happens, and that area in particular is really susceptible for that animation happening.
I'm glad that's the only barrel in this run, because they're very finicky to jump on.
As well as jumping off bars, apparently. And then...
Apparently. If you really need help with where to go, you can still meow to light up objects.
Yeah. And then...
Oh, that was a...
Ooh, you got the
that
boost
was
there.
yeah, that was a sprint boost. You hardly ever see it happen.
Yeah, there were also, so as well as some like slips you can get, there were some speed boosts you can get, and most of them are also basically just random, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't really.
And so yeah, that one's
I don't think we really know how that works, but
yeah,
when it does happen, I'm very glad. There's one that I didn't know about for a very long time, is this one. You can actually drop the battery.
Through the fan.
Yeah, it's very hard to get there.
Yeah, you told me about it, I remember. And then, as cats do, we have to stand on the keyboard here for a few seconds. What exactly we input doesn't matter, we just have to input some characters to get through this text. And then...
I meowed at the security camera. You can nod at me. Oh, and then this... everyone's favorite movement section?
Yeah, this room is quite infamous. I think it has the hardest movement in the game like that.
Of it right there.
Yeah. So there are these 4 switches that we have to get, and we have to plug them in. And yeah, you have to be standing right next to the switch, otherwise the game, like, you just drop it on the floor instead. And so...
This is the first cutscene where you can actually move during it. It's very nice, because you can make it all the way in here.
Yeah. And we're going to knock over this box and find our robot buddy, who is B12. And so, yeah, B12 is going to be accompanying us throughout the rest of the game.
Going to give us some upgrades, and he's going to be like part of us now on our back.
Yeah, his story arc is he was a human. And then after seeing sort of what was happening in the city, he implanted his consciousness into this like toy robot here, and this is all told throughout memories that you can collect throughout the game. But in the 80% speedrun, we don't actually see any of the memories at all. And so yeah, we're just gonna knock him over for a bit.
He's a reincarnation of Wally the robot.
Oh, shit.
You can use them to grab items, and he's going to give us a flashlight inventory.
Yeah, wait, sorry. Yeah, sorry, I dropped out for a second.
Oh, you good?
Yeah, sorry. My internet, like, stopped working for a second. Okay, I think I'm fine.
And this is just a tutorial. It's just showing us how to use everything, how to open inventory. Use flashlight and input codes. Well, one code that is the same every time, thankfully.
Yeah.
I want to explain the the most important category in this game.
Yeah. So the main category for this game is actually spin percents. The main category is spin percents, which is just how many times you can spin the buckets. And like the N percents and glitchless runs, those are really just like category extensions. The main category is spin percents.
So there's subcategories. There's quite a few times to get to do this. So. You can also make B12 spin with you if you turn your flashlight off.
Yeah. That's good, that's some fast spinning. So we're gonna meet some of the robot inhabitants of the city now, and they're initially quite scared of us because well, obviously they've never seen a cat before, and so for right now they're sort of running away from us, and so we have to go and head over to a robot called Guardian, I want to say.
Yes.
Yeah, Guardian. But well, Guardian's going to point us towards a character called Momo, and we are not going to be interacting with Momo, at least not right now. We're going to head in a complete opposite direction and do a skip called Sleep Paralysis Skip, which is by far the biggest skip in the run. It saves like 20 to 25 minutes over the glitchless run.
Skips 3 chapters and only works on the down patch version, patch 2.
Yeah,
which is available for anyone.
Yeah, the speed. Oh no, not speed 1 patch. That's Soma. It's patch 2.
Yeah, you can just enter a code into the Steam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Steam properties of the game. It's something like patch 2, please. I think that's actually what it is.
Yeah.
And how it works is, if you use the trainer, you can actually see the specific coordinate that you need to be on. So it is pixel perfect. But luckily, there's a checkpoint reset right before, which seems to make it work way more consistent.
Yeah. Yeah, it is pixel perfect, but it's really not as bad as it sounds, and there's quite a consistent setup for it. But yeah, so we've interacted with Momo here, or not Momo, Guardian here. We didn't even speak about the cutscene skip.
Yeah. With the postcard, before we picked up the postcard, we're too distracted about the bucket spinning, and this door is also very glitchy that we can just click right through by interacting with it twice.
So here he's going to do sleep paralysis. He's going to change his FPS because this only works on 30 FPS, and he's going to reset the checkpoint here to get the setup for sleep paralysis.
Yeah, there's 4 cutscenes that can be skipped like that. It's when I opened up the help menu earlier. Yeah, so he was waiting to get his... Yeah, so he was moving the cat there until the cat did a small step. He's looked at a specific spot on the wall, jumped off, and we got sleep paralysis. So we're now glitching out with the floor. And he's going to head over to the robot over here, run straight through its legs. We're just going to push us out through the map entirely, run through this door. So he clipped through a door there, or clipped under a door rather, which normally you're not meant to be able to get through till 3 chapters later. Changes FPS back and activates a checkpoint here. So that area is where the next chapter starts, but the game won't actually let us progress. And so we have to exit out of the menu and restart the chapter for the game to think that we've actually completed everything, so that we can then progress the game. Now, in the meantime, we upgraded our B12 with an extra UV light that can zap Zerks like popcorn.
Yep.
Which I will show here on Momo.
It doesn't blow up Momo, thankfully. Momo's
Momo's safe. It's only the Zerks. And it can overheat. It's not... With great power comes great responsibility. You can't just infinitely use this. Yeah,
this is in the story of the game. We've now head into a sort of really Zerk-infested area, which is the sewers. And the point of the last few chapters, which we skipped, was to upgrade the light so that we could get this special UV light which blows up the Zerks so that we could go into the sewers safely. But since we have the macro and the power of meows, we don't really need the UV light, but we have it anyway as a backup.
Yeah, I'm going to show what happens if you use it on Zerks and how easily it can get rid of them. Which casually is definitely very helpful.
Yeah. There is an achievement, another achievement for going through this level without killing any Zerks with the lights. But if you if you're a speedrunner and you're using the macro, you can get it very easily. But yeah, for fun, we'll show off what happens if you use the light and the Zerks here.
There was some Zerks there. We saw them when they're gone.
They're gone now.
Yeah, that's sort of a pacifist achievement, which, I mean, definitely easier than the one in the running section.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what B12 says here, how he's happy to have no sense of smell. And we come to the conclusion that it does make sense, because he used to be human, so he used to know what this stuff smelled like. And that's not actually
I think
not a plot hole like we thought for a second.
Yeah, we had a debate about whether or not that's a plot hole, whether or not the fact that B12 doesn't have a sense of smell and so doesn't know that it should smell bad in here, whether that's a plot hole. But yeah, I don't think it is.
Yeah, there's quite a few areas like this entire like railing that you can walk around on if you use the trainer. I'm not sure why they have it like that, but maybe they were adding.
Yeah.
They were like planning on adding more sections here. Which, to be fair, they should have, because this section is just sit on boat and wait.
So, Momo is going to open this gate for us here, and he's going to very heroically sort of send us forward. And I thought they were setting up his character here to make him have like a heroic comeback like way later in the game, and it just never happens. This is like the last we see of Momo until the very end like credit sequence, and so yeah, this is just by Momo. This is the end of his character arc.
I also find it funny that he still helps us even though we didn't help him in this category.
Yeah.
we skipped the helping him.
No, we just walked up in his boat and he was just like, sure, I'll take you into the sewers.
He just witnessed us pull off that crazy glitch. He's gotta help us.
He just starts floating out through the sky, just like shit.
Yeah, I better help him out before he glitches me out. Okay, now the sewers is pretty straightforward, except for if you wanted to talk about, go ahead and talk about water run real quick and the randomness of it.
Yeah. So water run is the only really inconsistent thing in the run. It is a skip to skip a cutscene. And how it works is that he's going to, a bit later on, jump onto a barrel, look at a particular section of a wall as the setup, and then jump back onto the barrel, and that's going to hopefully let him glitch off of the barrel and then walk in the water, or run in the water even, hence why it's called water run.
I feel like the chances are mostly 50-50, which is why I always called it coin flip.
Yeah, there's no matter what setup you have, no matter if you think you've got it consistent, like you don't.
I think every person I've seen do it have a completely different setup and then change it every time they try it. So.
Yeah, I remember Enemion saying that for his IL world record of this, he literally just didn't use the setup for it. He was just like, if it works, it works. Yeah.
I feel like the chances are similar on me because.
Yeah.
Now, if you do fail it, you get stuck, and that's why. I mean, you can still like do it again, but you literally get stuck on the pipe and can't leave it until you reset checkpoint.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm gonna go for this much closer checkpoint here.
Yeah, you wouldn't normally get this in runs, but because you would just reset if you don't get water run. But for the marathon here, yeah, we're gonna do safe strats and get a nice close checkpoint. So it's gonna jump in the barrel, look at the pipe. And
that looks.
Try this again. Yeah, still not quite. Yeah, even the setup here can be very finicky sometimes. Try this again.
Okay.
Hey, first try. Okay. But we're close to first try.
As like scuffed as that looked, that's why I'm shocked that it still works. It's just you just never know. Like
no,
you just
so he got glitched off the barrel where then he managed to clip through the gates, and this jump skips a cutscene, which is about 40 seconds long, which is the main time save from Waterrun. Reload the checkpoints.
You do not want to move during that last jump, because you're in the back rooms.
Reload the checkpoint so we don't get soft locked after this. And so in the cutscene that we skipped, B12 was meant to like get broken after exerting himself too much. Because we skipped that cutscene, we still just have B12 with us. And it's kind of hard to hear, but if you meow in this section like this, the cat actually has a different sound, because it's meant to be holding B12 in its mouth. But yeah, we skipped that, but the different sound for the meow still exists here.
Yeah, that was the scrapped DLC meow that never got added.
Yeah.
I just put it in here. Even this chase sequence without the macro is simple. They really can catch up. Now, this is different than previous runs, because this was found recently by a console runner, or somewhat recently, where you do not need to actually quit out at the end of sewers if you tap B12 here before this checkpoint reset. You can just reset the checkpoint and continue like normal.
Yeah, normally once we enter the next level, we'd normally have to do another quit out to the menu. But yeah, it was discovered that you can just reset the checkpoint there, and that avoids having to quit out to the menu.
Now I want to actually properly explain the cutscene skip here, since last time we didn't even...
Yeah.
You just hold the macro for help as soon as you cross the checkpoint trigger, which for this level is right here.
Yeah, so you on the same frame as when the cutscene is going to start, you have to be holding down the help button, and so it is technically frame perfect, but with the macro, it's really not that bad. Like, you just sort of hold down the macro as you're approaching the cutscene trigger, and you just like step over it and don't have to watch the cutscene.
Also, I opened B12 before this section, or for this part, because if not, you will be soft-locked by B12. by his repeating dialogue infinitely.
Yeah, so B12 sort of going over the over realization period here that, as we touched upon before, that he used to be a human, and that he, or I think maybe a scientist or something, and that he implanted his consciousness into the robot thing here.
We're gonna hold W in the darkness to save like 0.3 or something. Now the first cutscene skip, or the cutscene skip in Midtown has the widest like area. It's really hard to mess this one up.
So this train that we see here, that is going to hopefully take us to the control room, but we need to get it active first, and to get it active we need to go and find a battery to power it up. And to get the battery, well, hopefully the battery is in a factory, but the factory isn't too kind to cats, and so we need to find a way to sneak into the factory. And to do that, we're going to get 2 pieces of clothing. There is a hat here, which we can get really easily just by clipping through that gate and then picking up the hats.
Anybody like Dr. Seuss, Cat in the Hat? That's the name. That's literally what we call this skip.
Yeah.
We need a hat and a jacket, not a cat and a jacket.
Well, wait. Oh wait, no, the cat doesn't buy the jacket.
We're gonna need to break these cameras, so this robot down here will give us a cassette tape after. We're about to meet Clementine. We're gonna break into her apartment.
She's gonna...
If I want to explain that, that's just me opening help before the cutscene to keep B12 active.
Yeah.
Tries to assault us, but quickly realizes that we're here to help.
He's going to open this small cabinet here. That's just for when we come back here a bit later. So Yeah, so B12 normally stays in the backpack, but whenever you interact with someone, he has to come out to the backpack. So if you just keep his light on at all times, it skips the animation of him having to come out of the backpack. It saves like half a second every time it happens, which isn't much, but over the course of the whole run, that adds up.
Yes, you should always keep B12 out if you can.
Yeah.
Oop.
So we're gonna
play some dubstep. Distract him so we can grab his jacket. Go to Blazer. He's called Blazer because he's wearing a blazer. Yes. And then we can actually get into the box before the next cutscene here, which saves a little bit. With the gold chain.
He's gonna pick us up, and I didn't know if B12 went back into the box. I was like, is B12 just gonna stay out of the box? That was on.
I think you can keep him out if you keep the flashlight on or something. But
yeah, that's what it looked like was gonna happen. But yeah, thankfully security for the factory isn't too tight. So.
No. I think we could have snuck in without all this help. Honestly, yeah. I mean, we could have just probably. We could have just asked him nicely to open the door. He wouldn't have even minded, probably.
Yeah. But,
I like how it's called Neko Corporation, by the way.
Yeah. So we're inside the factory, and this is meant to be a sort of stealth sequence. Like you can see these robots, cones of vision, and well, for this level, it doesn't really matter. Like they're never ever going to hit us, so we can just run past all of them and get spotted as much as we want.
There's no such thing as stealth in a speedrun.
No. In the next level, there is a bit more, but yeah, for the factory, yeah, we don't care about being spotted.
Hi, Lettuce. Yeah, so you can meow to distract these, which is not necessary, but I'm just showing off that you can do it. And it's actually one time in the next chapter that's pretty important that you know how to do that.
Wait, there's a second barrel.
Well, this... Oh, you're right. There's two barrels. But this jump isn't as... I don't consider it as bad.
Yeah.
These are what I would call Roombas, and we would usually need to do this. What am I doing?
That's what the fuck are you doing?
I don't
know. Yeah. So there's a puzzle here where normally you would have to take the barrel and use it to activate one of the buttons here. Because we need to activate all 3 buttons so that the battery will come down, we can grab it. But there's a small skip here we can do, which is ever so slightly faster, where we can, as we see, there's the battery. We can jump on the barrel and grab the battery without actually having to do the puzzle properly.
I accidentally didn't even push the barrel all the way, and I still got the jump. So
yeah,
it's not as tight as it seems. Yeah, we don't need that barrel. We can just place the cat on there. The last button.
More spin percent?
Yeah, I think that's the last time we can spin like that, actually.
Yeah, I think so.
We're going to go back to Clementine now, and she's going to be caught by the ops. And it's going to be, yes, he's going to be quite under surveillance now. They have caught on to everything.
So, once again, this is meant to be a stealth sequence, and in the speed run, this bit, I guess, is slightly more dangerous, but it's still not really anything to worry about.
I'm just going to show that you can meow here to distract this guy, like right before you go in here. Which I don't do it that way because he still seems to like to turn around as soon as I leave and get me.
Yeah.
Which is why I'll just reset the checkpoint at the end. And we're getting hints from Clementine. How do you say it? Is it Clementine or Clementine?
I'd say Clementine.
Okay.
But yeah, so she's abandoned her room and she's left hints around the room to tell us where to go. In the 80% run, we don't end up going to where she's hidden anyway, but yeah, we have to collect the notes just to progress the story.
further the plot. We need to go back.
Yeah.
So here, since I've reset the checkpoint, that drone will always be facing that way, so it's 100% safe to leave.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the few times where if you get caught, like the window is so big that it can still kill you.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is gonna be cat jam or nightclub skip. We're gonna make the game think that we are in the nightclub, which is gonna deload this entire area out here for us. So that checkpoint is what would activate when we jump in there.
Yeah. So there's one jump prompt you can get on the outside. So the game thinks we're in the nightclub now, so it deloads the entire area outside of it. And
no, never. I'm not. There's no way.
You should go for that in the actual
Dude, that
run.
would be like aura farming, dude.
Yeah. So there's a slightly, or not even slightly, much scarier version of this skip where you fall through the floor there, and you can land directly on that barrel there. But yeah, it's much more finicky. Like the version you did is completely safe and completely free. The barrel one is much faster. It's like 8 or 9 seconds faster. Yeah. But if you miss it, like that's just GG. Like you're just
you fall into the abyss, and when you reset, you get sent back in the nightclub with no way out. So now you're meant to get locked up in the nightclub and lose B12 and everything. But there's still some interactions that can be done with B12 here, surprisingly, with Clementine.
Yeah, but first of all, we have to get this key and get her out of the cell she's in.
We are going to bork her AI even more than it already is. And she's very inconsistent and glitchless, mainly. What's her AI just stop working? We're going to interact as soon as the cell opens to get her a little pep in her step. Then interact again as soon as she's out. We're just trying to wake her up. We need to get moving. We're in a speedrun here.
Yeah, we're trying to... talking with B12 is the equivalent of drinking a Red Bull for most people.
I like how they have a fake sky texture here. That's evil.
What?
You see that?
I've never seen that
sky. There's no out. I mean, even if you could see outside, there would still be no outside. There would be fake stars. So yeah.
Right, I never knew that. I never realized that.
Gamers don't look up. Can confirm. Gamers do not look up. No, this is just me walking into this wall because it's placebo for me. It makes me feel like Clementine follows me faster.
So yeah,
speak on the Among Us. Come on here.
We're now playing Among Us.
There is an imposter B12 in there. He sucks. That dude's cracking. Wait, so are you going to actually be drunk? Like, was that a thing?
No.
Okay. I wasn't going to say.
No. No.
Alright, we're going to interact with Clem the last time here. After this cutscene.
The run's at 2:30 for me, like, in the morning, and, like, I'm not getting drunk, like, at 2:30 in the morning.
Probably wise.
Yeah.
Now we can open this door with this method early, which is gonna no-clip her straight to the wall to where she needs to be. How convenient.
And she's gonna point us in the direction of B12. Yeah, I think there's meant to be sound or something there, but that also glitches out the skip.
God.
This section is quite scary because of all of the glitches and skips we've been doing. If you die in this section, the game soft locks, so we're gonna hope that doesn't happen.
But we are gamers, we never die.
That's an example of meowing, and that one's actually useful.
Yeah, that one is necessary, I feel like, to get through there.
Yeah.
This is the first trick I learned, I believe, is moving during this cutscene. Where you
can move during that cutscene.
Hold W and D, and then you can make it out the door.
Make it all the way to B12, and we're gonna hope this robot doesn't shoot us. and then activate this cutscene.
I like how it says "kiss me" on her hand. Now this is another part where Clem can just break. Actually, in my first playthrough, I was kind of stuck here because after this checkpoint, she just stopped moving like that. She just froze.
Yeah.
But if you actually need to reset anyway to get her going. I'm gonna do it fast. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, even if you restart there, there's a chance she still might just be broken. You might have to restart a couple of times.
Oh god, there's a bot in my chat. Please let us give it a bit. This is the where you need to jump on her head and she'll raise you up, but you can do it much faster. Shout out lettuce seeds, by the way. The only fast jump setup that really works is the one they found. So we're gonna wait. We're gonna stand like this and wait till we can see her face, pretty much, and we're gonna just book it. And then, bada bing, bada boom.
Nice.
I was gonna say something before that, but I completely.
Right. I don't know. Anyway, during this upcoming section, it's our chance to lock up some of the turrets that have been so nasty to us, so we're going to get their attention. And he's going to run into the cell here, activate the door, and run out, hopefully without getting shot. Nice.
I actually usually have a harder time with just this one than the second part, but we'll see. There's a chance that you can take the correct line and still just randomly get hit. Oh, what I was going to say is I think the game developers were drunk when they were making Clem's AI. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, they go, yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. That's why she's so broken.
So it's gonna, this is the second one, and this one's actually, I think, more consistent and easier. Yeah. There is, so the turrets shoot at you, and they shoot just kind of sporadically, and there is a small chance you can get shot, but it's quite rare.
Thank you, Lettuce. Yeah, it's rare, definitely, but it can still happen. And this is just a little sprint boost if you time this before she opens the door. This is another where you can open help right before this cutscene. Keep B12 out. I think there's like at least 2 or 3 of those. We're gonna... This car she would have definitely not seen unless we dangled the keys, so we're gonna do that real quick.
That's true, yeah.
Doesn't even give us a chance to drive. I mean,
yeah, it's true. She just climbs in. Doesn't even ask us.
You wait. We'll get our redemption though.
Wait. So now we have to go and activate the gates for her to open, and this is meant to be another chase sequence, but this isn't even hard to do. If you just book it directly to the car, you can jump on it before it goes into the tunnel, and the chase sequence activates properly.
You accidentally did, right?
I did this my first playthrough because it's really not that hard to do. You should run directly for the car, and you can get onto it nice and early. And this is more evidence that Clem is actually a drunk throughout the game.
Yeah. Can't confirm that they meant it's canon that Clem is just drunk. That actually explains it though. It explains everything. Driving.
No, you have to do that as a bit now.
That has to be that actually explains it, dude.
I think that makes sense. Yeah.
Why she just randomly stops? Just we need to go check her cell, see if there's a bunch of bottles in there. Anyway, she has given us the key to the train, which we got the battery from before on our own. And this train here, you're not going to get to see, but this is where the cat gets its redemption arc in driving.
The cat, yeah. I think it's explained in some dialogue somewhere, but yeah, the cat did actually go to train driving school and is a qualified train driver.
We need a prequel now that explains it shows the cat like going to
the cat's
driving
upbringing. So yeah, so you're not going to get to see it, but it is completely canon. The cat is driving the train here, it is operating it. You know, someone has to be driving the train, and B12's not going to do it.
I don't think B12.
Yeah.
Ignore the fact that B12 pressed that button. He doesn't do anything else.
Yeah, I said it is currently the cat operating the train.
I used to think that you had to jump in the chair, like the main driving chair, to put the key in, but you don't. So I was losing like a second every time.
Yeah.
It'll take us to the final chapter. Be a control room. And we're not. We put it on autopilot, so the cat is back here now.
Yeah.
Which is so good, we don't even need to drive it.
So on this upcoming staircase, this one staircase in particular is kind of glitchy, and you can get a small boost on it. So you're just going to go up to the side here, look at a particular angle, and get a boost on it. And that only works on that one specific staircase, and not like on this one, for example.
And the final puzzle with the Roombas, we can skip that by the power of Roomba no clip.
So get the Roomba to us, push it through the door, and then jump on it and use it to clip straight through. And then this is also where the final cutscene skip is.
I think the really only hard cutscene skip is the one with the postcard. At least for me.
Yeah, the very first one, yeah.
Very tight window.
Yeah, it is. You're live right now. It's Nebo. We're currently live on the GDQ channel.
Yes, this is the hotfix, yes. Can't you tell by the lack of the host and the lack of the sorry. Lack of the screen or anything. Okay, now I didn't even say it, but these keyboards can be really annoying. This is a good showcase. That was definitely not the order that what did I even do? Oh, it's just B12 being slow, right?
I was watching.
Wait,
did you get all of them? You missed one of them somewhere.
Oh my god.
There. Yeah. So the keyboards can be quite annoying and very finicky.
I don't think I've ever done it that bad before, but yeah. Because I thought I had it, and then I thought B12 was being slow, and then turns out I just missed one. Anyway. That and the battery section are two of the most infamously hated movement sections.
So there are three monitors we have to hack here. He's going to destroy the wiring for the first one, but not actually hack the monitor. And that's because we're going to do I guess like a cutscene skip, you could call it, or like cutscene overlapping here. Because he's going to hack this monitor and then buffer the dialogue. And that's because after the dialogue ends, it just fuck. Just continue. Yeah. No, but if he did it properly, you can overlap the cutscene of hacking the second monitor with the cutscene that just played, and that's slightly faster than hacking them all individually.
Let's hope none of those things that just happen tomorrow. Especially that one. Hey, let's get all the mistakes out of the way right now. Let's do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Get all out of my system.
So then interact with the final monitor. And plug in B12. And B12 has become progressively more and more exhausted from hacking all of these things, and after hacking open the roof here, that is 07 B12, unfortunately.
07, rest in peace. Time for waterworks in our eyes. He essentially sacrificed his power to save like the entire city. Salute. No, Nebo, this is not, no, this is not the role we're on. It's tomorrow. So it's not ever explained how the sunlight just zaps the Zergs, but
yeah, and I also it took me up until this point in the game to realize that like the city was like underground or something, and like the roof wasn't a real roof. It was like the stars you see are just lights on like top of the dome instead of being like proper stars.
The roof is a lie. There's Momo.
Yeah.
For like half a frame. Guardian.
And I think there were some other characters in there that we never see in the any percent run.
Oh, I mean, also the drones got zapped by the light, so...
Yeah, it's also just... Yeah, they're just allergic to sunlight, yeah.
They're secretly vampires. You can just tap any input here to kind of wake the cat up, and if it were me, I would be taking B12 with us, just to see if we could somehow repair it, but...
Doesn't occur to the cat, unfortunately.
And this robot is just dumbfounded how we even did any of this. He's just doing emotes over there, don't worry about it.
Dude, he's doing like Fortnite dances and shit.
That's what I was gonna say, but there's one last little jump here that is faster than the regular movement.
And then time will be once we get to the top of the stairs and the cutscene starts.
Time.
GG.
Let's see what that would have been in real time. This actually had a first try coin flip. But then I messed up the cutscene thing. And let's not talk about the keyboards either. That would have still been a 50, so like it's totally fun. It's all good. Thanks for the GG Cato. Alright, I mean, what do you think, man? Do you think we're good, or?
I'm feeling comfortable, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we
it's could... just...
Huh?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, just remember to, like, mention the postcard and, like, or, like, cutscene skips, but, like...
Well, I mean, we got completely, like, lost
yeah,
talking about the spin thing. So, like, yeah. We'll do that, and I definitely won't mess up the cutscene skip. I fat fingered the exit button on the dialogue.
Yeah.
I got fat shamed.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be fine.
I mean, if you want to tomorrow, just let me know, like a little bit before we can do another one. But we'll see how we feel tomorrow, I guess.
Okay, that sounds good.
Right, well, see you then, bud. Thanks again.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Alright, well. Yeah, I'm not gonna overthink it. Just gonna go with those two. And then wish me luck for tomorrow. For the real deal. See you tomorrow. I'm gonna put the graphics to high to show off the most optimal graphics settings. Alright. Peace. Till GDQ.